It could be true. XRP could indeed trigger the next bull run. We've seen some massive market moves over the last 24 hours, but there are some bigger things coming out of XRP. We know that it's linked in the SEC case, and I've got an update in terms of what's going on with that. Some look at some more initial documentation and why the SEC are trying to discredit XRP, and then we'll take a look at the price. All of that in this video, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. Keep up to date with everything going on in cryptocurrency. Check out the links in the description. Sign up to Mexi. Get yourself some cheap trading fees over there. It does support the channel. But with that, let's get into it. So XRP currently up 1.6%. Now, we have seen a slight cooling, which we talked about on the live stream. We literally called it to the hour that we said the market would cool before consolidating, and then another move up. The weekends always tend to be a bit more difficult because this ultimately is retail buying. This is not investor and institutional money coming in. But you can see total market cap at 929 billion, up 3.6%. Bitcoin, you can see here at 20,600. Did get this sell off. We're halfway back up, lots more to come. But like I said, XRP trading currently 39.19, which is a good price. Obviously, we tested the tops of 40, nearly 41, and then we retraced back down. But there are some things coming down. So the SEC legal experts predict the verdict as the final date gets nearer. Now, remember, the 13th of January was the first time we realistically could have got an outcome from the SEC. But more and more people are saying this is going to go to a settlement. This is not going to court. Now, this article states, with both parties in the Ripple and the Securities Exchange Commission case making final submissions, the crypto community is awaiting a final ruling on the matter. Like I said, this is both bigger than XRP. It is about crypto in general. Now, we hear this on the line. Defense lawyer and popular commentator on the case, John Deaton, has shared his prediction of the outcome in a tweet on January the 13th. The attorney pointed out that the case will likely end in a settlement after the presiding judge makes the final ruling. So ultimately, once everything is in, then it will go to a potential settlement, which is out of court. This is kind of, would save face for the SEC. And in my opinion, the only possible outcome and the only reason why the SEC would do this is because they think they're going to lose. He quotes, "Some people are confused about my prediction that the Ripple case doesn't settle until after Judge Torres renders a decision. A settlement could occur, after which would eliminate any potential jury trial and also eliminates any potential appeal," he said. And that is important to reference. Once this is done, if it's a settlement outside of a trial, then there is no means for appeal, which I think ultimately could be a massive thing for both XRP and, like we said, the overall cryptocurrency market. Now, it goes on to talk a little bit about what we can kind of expect. But look, the thing that people really want to know, the date that's on everybody's mind. It says, at the moment, the focus of the crypto community is on the possible date for a ruling. Even as defense lawyer James Filan pointed out, the matter should be settled before March 31st. I personally think it's going to come sooner. And all the things that we're seeing coming from the SEC, and remember, it is the SEC and not Ripple here that are putting barriers in their way, that are stalling it, because there's certain things they don't want to get out, and there are certain things that they are trying to make sure don't come out. But March 31st, ultimately, is when people are saying we will be done and dusted. I honestly think it will be before. Now, what are we seeing from the SEC? Why is this important? And this is James Filan. Again, remember, he is a former federal prosecutor and has been keeping us up to date with everything going on with the Ripple SEC case. Now, interestingly, the SEC on a number of occasions now have filed a motion to preclude the testimony of the Ripple defendant's expert. Not only one here, and I'm not going to go through the full article, but they also have done it on the second expert. Now, remember, a lot of businesses in the crypto space came out with their support for XRP, and the SEC have tried a number of tacks to stop and discredit XRP, but at the same time stop any documentation coming out from them. So you can see here, the Ripple defendants have filed a redacted motion to exclude the testimony of SEC expert 2 and the accompanying exhibits on the public docket. So they're trying everything they can to make sure that there is as little as possible to ultimately support them. And I think this, for me, is a desperate attempt for the SEC to gain back some control and some power. So we'll keep you up to date with everything that's going on with that. Whether they'll actually get through, we know they've tried to do this on a number of occasions. We know they tried to stop the Hinman files being published, and that again was turned over. Now, price analysis. What do people want to know? Well, XRP, like I said, we topped out 40.88, but growing significantly up another 1.74%, like we said. Tested 37, broke through it on its way up to 39.25, which is where we find ourselves right now. Our next big point would be the 4 cents mark, excuse me, the 40 cents mark, which will be a test for us. Like I said, we did test it and then got rejected and came back down. But you can see here on the weekly time frame, the level of 37.30 is the high importance of XRP. If the bar closes above it, then the rise continues to the resistance zone of around 40 cents by the end of the month. I already, like I said, we are at that point. So I think we break 40. That is a big test for us. We break the 40. We get above the 50-day EMA. If we come out to the hour chart, it's probably slightly more better. So we continue to be above the 50-day EMA, but we break on the hour. We break on the day, which I think is important, and then we maintain above 40. We could be seeing some very big moves out of XRP. Now, my initial point, could this start the bull run? Imagine it breaks 40. Imagine the market breaks $1 trillion, and then imagine XRP come out with a settlement that the SEC don't want to come to the jury. This could be huge for decentralization, huge for the entire cryptocurrency market, and absolutely, I've always said this, we could see some explosive money coming into the cryptocurrency market. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of all of this with the XRP? Do you think we're about to see some significant moves in the market? But as ever, thank you so much. Check the links out in the description, sign up, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.